Hey guys, I'm Tila and welcome to my channel, Life is Beautiful. I wanted to post another video today as a part of the My Journey series, and I wanted to talk about success and the question that we always have for ourselves and that other people always have for us, and that's whether or not you are successful, if you consider yourself successful. And I think before you can really answer that question, you have to know how you define success. So everyone has their own definition of success, and then we have the generic definition of success that society tells us, which is that you may have a lot of money, or you may have a fancy car, or a big house, or a nice family. Those are things that kind of are shoved down our throats by the media and by society that tell us that we are considered successful. But really, you have to look at your own definition of success. My definition of success is not the same as my mother's, or the same as my sister's, or the same as my friends, and that's okay. But I had to really understand how I define success. And to do that, what you can do is really just take a moment, sit back, and think of maybe 3 to 5 things. I would consider myself successful if I make, say, I don't know, $50,000 a year. I have my own car and my own apartment. You know what I mean? Give yourself those types of things that you consider successful, and for you to define it, because as you move along in your journey and you're working towards considering yourself successful, it's going to be easier and more obtainable to work towards that goal if you know how you define it. So it would be great if we all made millions of dollars and we all had giant mansions and we all drove, brand new BMWs or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's not realistic, and it's not necessarily for everyone. For me, I don't want a giant mansion. I don't want a BMW. I have a nice Jeep Wrangler, which I love, and to me, I consider myself successful because I do have, a brand new vehicle that I love, and it's my dream vehicle. It's not necessarily what society has told me that I should want, but it is something that makes me happy. So just really looking at that and looking at how you define your success, and then once you make those items, or you get to those things that you defined as your success, then you can start building your next level of success, because you never want to stop. There's never a point where you should stop and say, okay, I'm considered successful because I met these 3 goals, now I'm just going to stop right there. You don't want to do that. You want to keep growing, and you want to keep going, and you want to keep striving for something better, but making sure that they're obtainable goals and that they make sense for you and your journey. It would not make sense for me to aspire to be a singer or a rapper or a musician of any sort, because I am not musically gifted. So even though, that may be a level of success as, being a R&B artist or something like that, that's not a level of success that makes sense to me for where I am and what I'm capable of. So, it wouldn't be realistic for me to chase after that. So make sure when you're defining your success and you're going for it and you're putting yourself on that path, make sure it's something that makes sense for you specifically, and it's not something that is influenced by other people. And the other thing that I stress is that, make sure it's when it's for you. Don't let other people discourage you because it's not their definition of success, because that's something that you'll find. Hopefully you're surrounding yourself with good people that want you to do better, and they'll help you celebrate your success and how you define it. But there will always be kind of those naysayers. So when you get to that level and you say, oh, well, I am making $50,000 a year, and I do have a decent car, and I do have an apartment by myself, you don't want to have those people say, well, girl, you're not really successful because, you should be making $100,000, or your car is just a Wrangler and you should really have a BMW something series or whatever. Sorry, I don't follow cars and all that, so I don't know, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And, you don't want that person in your life that's telling you that you're not successful because you're not successful by their standards. Just making sure that you have those people that if you say, you want to make 50,000 a year, and you get it within 3 years or 5 years of setting that goal. You want people around you that are going to celebrate that, and they're going to tell you, girl, you're doing right, or boy, you're doing right, you know, that's great. And then they're going to continue to support you on your journey towards your level of success. So if you take nothing else away from this video, just make sure that you understand how you define your level of success. That is more important than anything else, because that's going to drive everything. That's going to help keep you motivated. That's going to help you have something that's more attainable to work towards, and that's going to make you feel better about your success than anything else. Don't get discouraged if you are not at the same level as someone else, because we are all on individual journeys. You'll hear me say that a million times. The journey is your own and not anyone else's. So don't compare yourself to anyone else, because their level of success and what they put as their level of success is not going to be the same way as yours. And how they get to that level of success and how you get to your level of success are not going to be the same way. You can have two people that both have the same salary goals, same vehicle goals, and the same, you know, life goals, but ultimately how you get there is going to be different, because there's no two people who have the exact same journey. It's the same thing when you look at all these musicians. There are hundreds of thousands of musicians that are very, very talented, and if you listen to the radio, some of what we're listening to these days, these are not really talented people. And so, you know, you don't want to get caught up in thinking, well, you know, I'm not successful because only 100 people listen to my music versus 100 million that listen to these horrible people. You're not on the same journey, so don't compare yourself, and don't let that set you back and have you feeling frustrated because you're chasing after someone else's goal that may not be attainable for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you some. I hope you like and subscribe and continue watching. There's going to be plenty more videos similar to this to come, and I hope you have a beautiful life.